So guys, we have a rather wild story on our hands when it comes to Harry Potter news. It looks like there's massive ramifications because fans are turning up in droves. They reckon over 500,000 to 600,000 fans are turning up to Glenfinnan at this iconic location where we have the viaduct with the Hogwarts Express. People are illegally parking, people are leaving their garbage all over the place, people are ruining the environment. I mean, it's having big ramifications for the local residents as well, and this is just getting out of hand. I understand that people love this location as part of the franchise, people want to take pictures, but it's having a big effect. So we're going to jump into this video. It comes to us from ITV News that document what's going on with the story. We'll stop, pause, and give our thoughts and opinions as we go along into this crazy story.
This has become a daily ritual. Hundreds of strangers gathered together on a Highland hillside, phone cameras ready in hand. They've come here from countries all over the world to see this. Crossing the Glenfinnan Viaduct is the Jacobite steam train, although most people here know it as the Hogwarts Express.
So yeah, let's just pause it there for a second. So I completely understand why people as Harry Potter fans would want to come to this iconic location. Remember in the film when the Hogwarts Express is going across the viaduct and then we have Ron, we have Harry, they're inside the flying car over the top of the Hogwarts Express, one of the most iconic movie scenes, not just in Harry Potter, but just in general as a movie scene. So I get why people would want to flock here. But unfortunately, the downside is the environment and the locals are being affected here, which we're going to get into more as this video goes along. But I mean, just looking at this scenery, absolutely breathtaking, and I completely understand, like I say, why people would want to come here and spend time, you know, and embrace their kind of Harry Potter fandom. Let's keep playing here.
Aside from the evident beauty, there is a certain wizardry bringing so many people to this scenic spot.
The bridge of Harry Potter. Let's go to see it.
I know it's a very famous Harry Potter scene.
My wife's a big fan of the Harry Potter series and
Harry
stuff.
Potter brought you here?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, from platform 9 3/4. So.
Again, the viaduct there, brilliant. The one thing that I worry about is there's going to be some sort of nutcases somewhere who try to climb up the side of the viaduct onto the tracks. And I really hope someone doesn't do that for safety reasons, obviously, but you just know that people are going to try it at some point. And I hope that nothing bad happens if someone does try it. But let's keep playing.
Now colliding with reality. A village of just over 100 residents is now visited by 600,000 tourists a year, creating enormous queues on narrow footpaths and causing visible damage to the natural environment.
Yeah, I mean, if we go back there for a second, so you can see 600,000 people. We've got these narrow footpaths, just muddy footpaths. There's no infrastructure here. There's nowhere for people to park. There's nowhere for people to put their rubbish. There's no rubbish bins. There's no like viewing platform. There's nowhere for people to sit. And you know they're going to leave rubbish everywhere. There's going to be footprints. There's going to be you know, knock-on damage effects to these muddy footpaths. If you've got 500,000 people or more going up and down these muddy paths, it's just going to have a massive impact, and it's going to make the paths, you know, dangerous, full of potholes, and, you know, it's just going to get worse and worse every year. And the local council, they need to do something about this. They really, really do. They need to build some infrastructure, make some money, put it back into the local area, you know, take donations from people. They need to do something with this. Over 500,000 people, and they haven't done anything to build any infrastructure around this tourist destination. It's kind of crazy.
And causing visible damage to the natural environment.
Yeah, if we just pause it there for a sec, let's just go back. So you can see this. It doesn't look like a whole lot of damage here, but you think, right, you've got these muddy paths like this. They get easily terraformed. As more people walk through, you know, the muddy paths, they get deeper, they get wider, they become more dangerous the more people that go across them. And 500,000 people every year, these paths are just going to get unbelievably damaged and just become worse, and potentially hazards, and people may end up hurting themselves, which is, you know, a worst case scenario that nobody wants to see.
Causing visible damage to the natural environment. There's also nowhere near enough space to host all the cars coming in.
Yeah, do you see the double yellows though? You can't park here.
Really?
Yeah, you can't park.
This guy is such an idiot. The interviewer, he's saying to the guy, you cannot park your car there, there's double yellow lines. And then the guy who's parked there illegally, he looks down at his car and he goes, oh really? Like, you're an adult, you're a fully grown adult, you're driving a car and you're telling me you didn't know what those yellow lines on the road meant. Here in the UK, if there's 2 yellow lines, you cannot park there. Like, every single person with a brain cell knows this. And that guy just looks down and goes, oh really? Like, I can't park there? I didn't know that. Yeah, you did. You absolutely knew you couldn't park there and you chose to do it anyway. Just acting like an idiot.
Back here, mate.
And people who have to live and work here have had enough.
You need to move. Yellow lines, illegal. All these cars are illegal, okay?
Yeah, this guy is absolutely correct. So we've got a local postman here. He's trying to get into the village. He's trying to deliver his letters, and he's getting sick and tired of all these people parking illegally. We've got this small country road where there's virtually no room to pass through. And this local resident here who's trying to do his job can't get his postal van through because people are illegally parking on the roads on the yellow lines. And this guy's getting really ticked off. And the last thing you want to do is start having a fight and confrontation with the locals and the tourists. I mean, it's just, man, it's just a crazy story. It really is.
You need to move, please.
After seeing the postman deliver some stern words, local business owners here wanted to show us why they're worried.
It is a real concern for our village because we also have to get in and out of our village and use this road. And locals...
Oh, nearly another accident.
Look at that. They can't even get through a single interview without a car crash almost happening behind them. Because we've got this line of cars down the back of this road, parked illegally on these yellow lines, and then some local supermarket is trying to deliver food to a local resident at their house, and people are just parking all over the place. They're pulling out of the side verge onto the road, and just absolutely insane. It's just these people have no thought or wherewithal to think about where they're parking and what they're doing. They just don't care. And it's just crazy that people can be so oblivious to their actions. It's just insane.
Just right behind us.
We tried to do that interview again.
The environmental degradation that you see is really awful to witness.
I'm just seeing you behind you there as you speak. Almost a car crash with someone trying to reverse it.
Look at these idiots. That car that just drove past completely scratched that black minivan in the background. You can hear it scratch. Like, these people are idiots. They really are.
Oh, we just saw that.
And that was...
The driver didn't stop.
Somebody hit your car. So this is the damage done.
But the car that was hit was on a double yellow here.
Parking a double yellow and you've ended up with a scratch on your car. Yalla, what can we see?
So, I don't feel sorry for this guy whatsoever. This guy here, he was illegally parked on the side of the road on double yellow lines. Another car tried to get past and accidentally scratched his car. Well, you shouldn't be parking in an illegal place. You shouldn't have been there in the first place. It's completely your fault. You've got no one else to blame but yourself. Yeah, if you're parking illegally and something happens to your vehicle, unfortunately, it's your own fault. I have no sympathy for you.
Was it worth it? Was the train nice?
Glenfinnan is now offering special deals to people who leave their car at home.
We've got a train line that everybody is coming to take a photo of. Yeah. Now you can actually travel on that train to get to Glenfinnan.
Is the onus not on Glenfinnan to create more car parking capacity in a safe way?
We don't want to turn Glenfinnan into a multi-storey car park, so it's that how can we make things as easy for everyone just now.
This is the thing that doesn't make sense, right? So this woman here, operations manager, for those of you who may not know, National Trust is kind of like, it's an organisation here in the UK. They deal with like everything in the countryside. They kind of make sure that the countryside isn't ruined. They kind of go along, make sure everything is nice. You know, they like repair the footpaths and they look after kind of everything to do with the countryside, basically. But it's kind of crazy. If you've got over 500,000 Harry Potter fans turning up to this destination, you know, put in a viewing platform, put in a visitor centre, put in donation boxes so that you can make some money for the local area. You can put that money, all that money that you make every single year from the Harry Potter fans, put it back into the local area. Rebuild the footpaths, put in extra bins, put in some extra parking. Make the experience for the tourists good. And it will also make the experience for the locals better as well by giving them more money for the local area to make sure the infrastructure is there. And yeah, everybody wins. So it makes sense. Why don't they just do that?
as well as planning long term. Consider coming without a car, because they will have their very best day out if they do so, and it will just reduce that pressure on the facilities we've got here.
Glenfinnan is grappling with how to cope with this level of tourism.
I mean, you look at the amount of people that are here. This is probably a quiet day. But I mean, it's breathtaking, don't get me wrong. But we've got all these people here on the grass down below. And then you've got people on the hilltops over there as well. There's probably people up here as well. There's people all around this viaduct. And there's going to be people leaving rubbish. There's going to be people parking illegally. There's going to be people damaging things, climbing up trees. Just all kinds of crazy stuff. And I feel bad for the locals. I really, really do. But again, I go back to the fact that the council, it's on the onus is on the council to build the infrastructure to do something about this. If they completely ignore the problem, it's just going to get worse. If they just turn a blind eye, the problem's going to get worse. The locals are going to get more frustrated, and things are just going to compound. You need to do something about this.
Glenfinnan is grappling with how to cope with this level of tourism, but as long as this spectacular site is passing through here 4 times a day, people are going to keep coming. In the stories, the Hogwarts Express was a secret preserved. Here in the Muggle world, its popularity means this magic brings a curse. Peter Smith, ITV News, Glenfinnan.
So there we go, guys. That's kind of the crazy story here that we were talking about in this video. So, I mean, it's kind of cool that fans are still embracing, obviously, the Harry Potter movies after all this time. I mean, the final Harry Potter film came out, what, 14 years ago, I think? 13, 14 years ago, something like that. And people are still turning up to this iconic location, which goes to show how beloved this franchise really is. But it's having an economic impact, which is unfortunate. But let's hope that this can be resolved and something can be done about this, and the experience for the locals and the tourists can be turned around, and it can be made better for both groups. Let's hope that they can do that. But guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this story. Have you visited this location yourself? Did you find it was really busy? Did you find it chaotic and crazy? If you did, or if not, just let me know what you think about this story in general. What do you think can be done to turn this around and make the experience better for the locals and the tourists? Would love to hear your thoughts, comments and opinions as always, so jump down in the comment section and do let us know. As always, thank you so much for being here, guys. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber to help support the content. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with more Harry Potter content that we have going on the channel in the near future. And with that down, as always, I will see you guys in the next video.